Okay, good. So welcome everybody for the day 2 of our career success. And I'm super excited to read the goals that each one of you has put up into the Facebook group. And I have responded to almost everybody, people who would have given their inputs in the last couple of hours, in the last 1 hour. Probably they'll have to wait till we complete our session. But it is really nice, and the most important part for each one of you is going to be to make sure that you actively participate in the activities which we are doing, and at the same time also you are able to go ahead and put in the information on the Facebook group that we have created, because once you do your activities and you're able to implement it onto that Facebook group, I would be able to give you the inputs and the feedback. So if you all have done the day 1 activity, just type D1. So I know that you have completed the day 1 activity. So just go ahead and type D1. People who have done their activities on the Facebook group. Great, thanks. And people who have just joined in, I would want to let you guys know that I am just doing a quick check if you guys have done the D1. Okay, Isha, if possible, just do that today. And in case, yes, Abhay, please do that. In case if you guys are not on Facebook, just let me know, then I can let you know on a one-on-one part. But I would encourage if you all can join the group and put in your information there, because when I'm sharing the inputs to others, then it becomes a little easy, because maybe there might be some repetitive aspects, or once you look at what I have responded or what are the goals for others, we can motivate each other, and at the same time you are able to then also get some ideas and inputs of what we are discussing. Yeah, so it would be good if you can just go ahead and do the activity 1. People who were not able to join in day 1 and are joining in day 2, just join the Facebook group so you can go ahead and have a look at the activities which are being done. So great. So we will start with our day 2, and day 2 we are going to focus on what are the skills you need to be successful. So I will quickly move on. Just a quick recap of day 1. We worked on the challenges, where we were talking about your challenges in terms of clarity, in terms of the uncertain situations. Yes, Deepashri, please do send it to me. Then we are talking about growth in career, what are the required skills, and then we were also talking in terms of managing and collaborating with the teams. And while you are working on those, we worked on defining the career and business success. So today I will put a question around how would you define your career success. So that's one of the other activities which we are going to do. And then we are also going to do today is in terms of what research you are required to do in terms of your own career growth and the business aspects. And this were the day 1 activities where you joined the group. You mentioned about your 90 days goals. How do you define your career, and what were the challenges, and what are the 3 ways to overcome those challenges. Now on day 2 and day 3, we are going to cover across these key things. Okay. Now, as I had mentioned earlier as well, whatever we are talking is going to be very much generic at the moment, because each one of you will be able to correlate with what we are talking about. So on day 2, today we are going to work around the key skills or key areas that you need to work upon. Love and loath list is the activity that we are going to do. Next, we are going to do the boost your strength. And the third one that we are going to do is essential soft skills. So make sure you have your pen and paper or book ready with you, because whatever you did yesterday in terms of your challenges and what are the 3 key things that you're going to do in terms of overcoming the challenges, in continuation to that, we are going to talk about today in terms of love and loath list, boost your strength, and essential soft skills. And tomorrow we will be talking about a few things in terms of the social media presence, what your mindset and body language should be in terms of a career success, and what is going to be our action plan and next steps once we do this 3 days of activity. So if you are ready with your pen and paper, just type PP. So I know that you're ready with the pen and a paper. Thanks, Anshu. Thanks, Devi Bala, Sanam, Kirti. Fantastic. So all of you are ready with a pen and paper. And today I hope, Abhijit, you also would have had a pen and a paper with you. Because yesterday I know that a few of you were having, typing it on your laptops and things, but I would want you to go ahead and get your pen and paper. Good. Okay, fine. That's fantastic, Abhijit. Great. So the next thing that we are going to do today is, this is one of the activities which I love doing it. I really love doing this activity, and I do this activity quite frequently. Now, when I talk about a love and the loathe list, which also means what are the things which I like versus what are the things which I don't like or I feel very terrible, I hate doing. Okay, so in terms of your career success, be it whether you're a student or a business person, or if you are somebody who is into a career shift or a career job part of a things, the key aspects that you really have to work on is understanding what is that you really love doing and understanding what is that you really don't like doing, or you don't or you hate doing it. So I want you to take your pen and books, on make a column where you're going to write down what are the things that you love doing. Okay, what are the things that you feel great about, what are the things that you really enjoy. So like, for example, it can be like, I like reading, I love doing energy healings, I love working around all of the things which help me to enhance my skills for energy healing. It can also be at times like, okay, I also enjoy cooking. And so these are certain things which I really love doing. It makes me really feel good. So if I'm not in a good mood and if I have to shift my mood, then any of these things, if I just go ahead and do, I see myself moving to a shift from what I was feeling sad to something which I really love. So what I want you guys to do is, based on the list that you created yesterday and the list that you have defined in terms of what you want to do in the next 90 days, can you just write down at least 5 such things? I want you to write it now, minimum 5 or more if comes to your mind. What are the things that you love doing with regards to what you have planned for the 90 days? So for example, a few of you have written that in 90 days you would really want to move to a next level, get more clients or get more business. Then in that case, what are the things that you really love doing about your business? That probably you love creating your products, or you love working towards your products, you love taking things forward. So those are the things which I would really want you to go ahead and write. Students who are here, you need to go ahead and write in terms of what are the things that you really love doing, in terms of if you have kept that in the next 90 days, you want to probably study a new skill or study a new subject or do something different, maybe prepare for an examination or an entrance. So if you can just go ahead and write down what are those top 5 things. And if you have a big list, that is also absolutely fine. Just go ahead and write what is that you like, what is that you love doing, what is that you enjoy. And when you finished writing the love part of your life and the activities, just type LV, so I know that the love part has been completed. There are a lot of people who have joined in just a couple of minutes ago. I'll just do a quick recap for you. What I was talking about, that today we are going to focus on 3 key areas that you need to work towards developing yourself. And the first area that we're talking about is love and the loath list. Now we are focusing on the love part. So whatever you have kept as your focus for the next 90 days, identify what do you really love doing about it. What is that you really like? What is that you enjoy about it? Uh, as an example, as I said, people who are into business, if you have kept that I need new clients, please write what are the things that you really love doing about your business. If you want to be a better manager, what are the things that you really love doing in your role? If you are a student, then what are the things that you really love and enjoy doing in terms of your in terms of your student career, or in terms of the things that you're working around? And as you complete writing your love list, just write LV. I told you to write minimum 5, but if there are more, just go ahead and do. But I want minimum 5. And each one of you will have to make sure that after I complete this session today, I will create a comment section for you to post so I can guide and direct you. And each one of you in this group, we have almost 54 participants today and a few who would be listening to the recordings. So people who are on the live session right now, all of you are requested to please join the Facebook group and put in the comments so I can guide and direct you. People who would be listening to the recording later, please join the group, send me a WhatsApp, I'll send you the link and you can go ahead and add the input so I can guide you. Great. So I did a quick recap for all of the people who are there who joined in late, and most of them have completed the love part of the list. Fantastic. Thank you, Santosh. Thank you, Suyok, Priyanka, Jaitra, Sarang, for completing this love part of your things that you do. Cool. So now comes the next part. The next part is something which you really don't like doing. You feel terrible, you hate it, you just feel like I really don't care about it. So in the next focus that you have for your next 90 days, you just have to go ahead and list down the things that you don't like. For example, one of the participants had mentioned, I really don't like, for students especially, I don't really like studying maths as a subject. But I have to because you have to appear for an examination or an entrance. It's kind of a mandatory in that particular thing, then you still have to go ahead, but you don't like it. You hate studying that. So write those things. In terms of the business, if there are certain things which you don't like about your way of working, or you don't like things around, go ahead and list that down. You have to list down the things that you don't like or you hate, and you're not a big fan of doing those things. So yes, you are doing it just because it's a part of your responsibility, but you really don't like doing it. Just go ahead and please update that. And once you finished your things which you dislike, which you don't like, just put it LT, because that means that's the loath list which you have completed. And please make sure that you write it and you will have to post it on the Facebook group. So while you're doing that, I would just be giving group distant healing to each one of you. And as you complete it, just type LT so I know that we can move on to the next part of our session today. And in case of any questions and you feel like you don't know what has to be done, just go ahead and put those questions. And of course, I am pretty sure I'm not giving a number here, whether it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm pretty sure you would have a big list out here. So you just go ahead and do. Thanks, Anup. Thanks, Parvati, for completing the loath list. Anju and Nitish, fantastic. And while you're doing, you're also getting a group distant healing. Oh, yes, Sanjana, it can be the list of feelings as well. That's fantastic. So if it's the list of feelings, just go ahead and do. Okay, in terms of these students who are here, so Janvi, in terms of your case, if there is certain thing which you really don't like studying about, or you feel like I don't really want to do these certain things for the goal that you have set for yourself, just go ahead and write that as a list. So it can be, I don't like studying XYZ subject, or I don't like studying for long hours. I hate when parents come and just keep questioning every time that did you study, did you do this, did you do that? So even that can be a part of it. Yes, so if you love it and if you really don't have anything which you hate really like or you don't dislike, that's absolutely fine. Then that's a fantastic thing, because if you have such kind of things which you there is nothing which you hate or don't like in terms of whatever goals you have set, then it's fantastic. So just leave it blank and just give a big smiley, because you are a loving person. So just go ahead and do that. Great. So we have a lot of things. Yes, Gaurav, if there are any negative habits which you don't like, just go ahead and write that as well. So I'll tell you why I'm asking you to do this, because the first thing we started off was with the challenges writing and what are those top 2 or 3 things of your challenges. Then we asked about defining your career. Then we worked about also understanding what your goal for next 90 days is going to be. And now I'm asking you to write what is the love part of the things that you like do in terms of your goals. What is the things that you dislike? If you see, we are building a connection to define how our career success is going to be. If you don't see a connection in the set of activities, and that's the reason I said it is important for you all to post it on the Facebook, so I can read through and I can see how the trends or how the connections are getting built for each one of you from one activity to another activity. Because by the time we reach to our tomorrow's session and the further activities that I'll ask you to do, we'll get a lot of clarity in terms of what is the real blockage and what are the real things that you need to work in terms of your career success. So that's the reason we are going to go ahead with that. And congratulations to all of you who have completed this love and loath list. We are now moving on to the next one. Now, in the next one that we are going to do is we are going to focus on boosting your strength. So that's fantastic, Manisha. If you don't have any points that you really don't like and everything is in your love list, just go ahead and just give a big smile saying no things that you don't like. It's a little difficult to believe or go ahead with that you don't like, because there might be a subconscious aspect where we have started living with it in a way which says that yes, everything that is going on is something which I am okay with. And that's absolutely fine. We don't have to worry about it right now, because as we progress and when I see your posts, I will be able to answer and question a few of those things. So good. And now we are moving to the next activity, which is boost your strength. So of course, I try to focus on getting your strengths and leveraging those strengths from your career success perspective. I know it's a lot of activities, but unless and until you don't get into these activities, it will be very difficult for you to identify how you're going to go ahead with your success in career, business, your studies, or everything. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and on the next page, write what are your 3 favorite strengths. Don't think about what people tell you that this is your strength, okay? You might feel you're good at communication, just go ahead and write. Don't think about like, oh, I think I'm good at communication, but somebody else comes and tells me you are not good at communication. You really don't speak in the right way, or you don't communicate your things in the right way. You don't conduct things in the right way. Yes, that's a feedback I would take in, but I'm not going to get impacted or affected with those things. Okay, so just go ahead and write down what are your top things in terms of your strengths. And when you complete writing your strengths, just go ahead and type the S part so I know the strengths are being taken care of. So just go ahead and write the top 3 strengths. And now this will be something which will be in continuation from your love list as well, because there might be certain things. So I just put in my 3 things which I feel I'm good at and I'm good in doing my strengths. So that's what it should be for you. So just go ahead and write what you think is your strength, okay? Not what others are telling you. This is very important. Forget the world for now. We are here, we are all together, and we just have to be with us. Great. Thanks, Abhijit. Thanks, Bhagalakshmi, Parvati. Thanks, Yogita. Thanks, Manisha. Good. So just go ahead and write your strengths. Thanks, Anju. Because I want each one of you to realize that whatever you have identified as your strengths, that is what we are going to work upon to build our actions on taking our career to the success, and not probably what others are telling us. Yes, we need to listen, we need to take that as a feedback, but not get impacted by that. Leverage that as an input and enhance on your strength. Thanks a lot, Veena, Santosh. Great. Congratulations for all of you for completing your strengths. Are you feeling energetic when you're writing about your strengths, feeling confident? If you're feeling energetic and confident, just go ahead and type EC as well, because the next activity that we are going to do is related to this. Great, Savita, Santosh, Ruchi, Gauri, Mangesh, Prashant. Fantastic. Great. So it's really so nice when you think about your own strengths and things that you can do. Now, this is a little detailed activity. Just understand, because this will require some time for you guys to do it. Okay. So you may do it now, or maybe do it tomorrow before our session and post it on the Facebook group so I can review it. Now, once you understand what your strengths are, you have to use that strength to move to your career success. Okay. That's something very important. So you need to write down that whatever strength you have, for that, what kind of opportunities do you see? Like, for example, when I have written in terms of communication, so the opportunity that I can think of is like, okay, I can conduct sessions because my communication is good, or I can start conducting things which are in terms of taking sessions, or sending content writing if communication, verbal or written communication is good. Or I can also be maybe a communication channel for somebody. So when things are not working fine, I can be able to take that. Okay, so we have a question from Shivansh. I don't know what are my strengths. Okay, so for people who are finding it difficult, so in this case, Shivansh, what you have to do is just think of what is that you like about yourself. Maybe you are good at reading, maybe you are good at understanding, say, maths subject, or understanding a particular subject. Maybe you're good at explaining, maybe you are a good friend. So just go ahead and write that. Yes, Janvi, even in your case, you just have to also go ahead and write similar things, where you feel what are the things that you like about yourself and what are the things that you enjoy. And that is why I said it will connect from your love list to identify your strengths. So I am good at studying. I am good at doing maybe some work at home that you really enjoy. I am good at, say, cooking. That is my strength. Or to that matter, if people over here are there, because some of them might love eating, enjoy eating. Okay. So that is also a strength. I'll tell you why, because if you look at a lot of these cookery shows or the travel shows, you have people who are being paid to go to different places, eat the food and give the review. If you go to a particular hotel, if you eat and you give your reviews, there will be people who will invite you. So even eating can be your strength, which you can convert it to be your successful career. Just that you need to go ahead and enhance your skill in terms of that. So you eat, understand how it tastes. You should be able to go ahead and give good reviews, or maybe whatever the true review is. I won't say only always good. Maybe if it is not good, you can go ahead and give that also, and just go ahead. So see, eating also can help you get a good career in traveling, travel blogs. So Shivansh, I hope you got some idea of how you can identify your strength. If yes, just type yes if you have got an idea of what how you can identify your strengths. Great. So as I was giving an example, like if eating is one of your strength, you have a lot of opportunities available in that case. Yes, yeah. So that's fantastic, Parvati, because if you have your strength is a good dressing sense, image consultants are some things which are in demand a lot, and of course they get paid as well a lot, because everybody wants to make sure that their presence, whether they are virtually doing sessions or they are meeting somebody, or to that matter, just it's a very good feel good factor. So you can convert that strength of yours to something as an opportunity. So I want each one of you that whatever strengths you have identified, what are the opportunities that are available for it? So you need to identify that. How you can use that strength. So the examples I gave, like good dressing sense, eating, communication, you can utilize it for a lot of other aspects and new opportunities which can be created for you. And many of you would also be having certain ideas in your mind, but you would have never implemented it just because somebody told you that your idea is not good, it will not work. Of course, if I would have told somebody, if somebody would have told that, you know what, with eating also you can earn money, I think first instance, 90% of people will be like, come on, you're saying anything. But when you go deep dive, you understand that there are these industries where if you are, you get good at that and you boost your strength in that particular quality of yours, you can earn equally higher amounts of your salaries or your income with just what you're doing. So go ahead and write down those ideas. So what I want you to do is, for every strength, you need to write what are your opportunities, how you can use it, and what is that one new idea that you can implement with your strength. Yeah. And this all will help you understand how things will start connecting differently with your life, your career, and your relationships. Yes, Sanjana. So this is where this is where the connection comes in, because if you have decided your career and you have a strength, but if you're not able to get a correlation, then there is something which needs to be worked upon. So either you, based on your strength, you change your career, or you add on one more career based on your strength. So you will have two careers, one which you have already decided, for which you need to work on building your skills. Second, you have a strength and you can utilize that to build a new career. Okay. So yeah, I'll repeat once again. So the first thing that you have to do is you need to write what are your three strengths. Okay. And for every strength, you need to write what are the opportunities. The first point that you see can be available. So example that I gave, if eating is my strength, then I can have an opportunity of going and doing reviews. Like for example, there are these, I know about wine tasters. So if you are a good wine taster, there are a lot of people around the world who will really invite you to taste the wine and give the reviews and give feedbacks and give input. So write the opportunities that you can think of. Then how you can leverage this to create maybe a new idea for implementation or a new area for developing yourself, and then how this will impact your career. So like Sanjana realized now that she has put up a strength, but she's not able to probably at this moment connect her strength with a career which she has written for the 90-day goal. So we have to either find out a way how it gets connected, or as I said, one of the things will have to change, or you can work with both in parallel. So your strength and a career can be one area, and whatever you define as a 90-day goal can help you to create something new. So after opportunities, you need to write down what is the new idea that you're going to implement, Abhijit. Because once you understand your opportunities and you understand, then you need to also work how you're going to implement it. So yeah, so Anju and Nitish, if you learn new thing and that's your strength, you also have to identify how you're going to implement that as an opportunity of whatever you have learned. Because as much as you learn, if you're not able to implement, then that learning is going to be of no value, because it may not really help you take things forward. Aiming high is not a concrete strength in itself, Kirti. You need to write your own qualities, because aiming high is a very abstract thing which doesn't have any concrete aspect. Yeah, if you say that, okay, my strength is that I can help people earn X amount every month, then yes, that is something which can be leveraged. So you know how to support people to earn money. Okay, so Surbi has a fantastic thing. So I have an inhibition of sharing new ideas as I have fear of being judged. So Surbi, write this as a part of your challenge, which we did an activity yesterday. And under that, write down what are the 3 new ways you're going to overcome this challenge with. Yeah, so just go ahead and write that, Surbi, because, and that's why I said, all of you will have to make sure you post it on Facebook group so I can review and start commenting for your things. So Sai, that's really fantastic. If you are a good organizer, you need to just identify in which field you can implement it. A good organization can really can do wonders in an event management activity. Or to that matter, if you're good in organizing and planning and implementing, then you can be a good planner for an XYZ particular field. So planning parties can be one. I'm just giving an example. Or if you're working into an IT field or a project area, then planning projects and helping them reduce their cost can be one thing. So Abhijit, this new idea can be about your business, whatever you can relate with your strength, just go ahead and do. Whatever comes to your mind is the first thing. So one thing which I want all of you to do is don't get too much into an detailed analysis part of it. Whatever comes up as your first thought, just go ahead and write it. Suyog, if you are, yes, you are dedicated about relationships, but the key aspect is your strength over here is dedication, and you have to find out dedication as a strength can be used in what area. So relationship is one area where your dedication can be used, but you also have to find out what are the different areas where you can go ahead with your dedication. So for example, your dedication you can use for learning something and implementing those learnings. Great. So if you have completed writing your boost your strength activity and also the opportunities, just type yes. So I know you have completed this activity and have understood it. And then we can move on to the next part of the session. Great. Thanks, Sanam. Thanks, Prashant. Thanks, Sagar, Mangesh. Yes, Yogita, that's absolutely fine. You can just go ahead and take time to think because the idea here is to help you understand the concepts and take few examples. A few of these activities would need a depth study as well. Great. Thanks a lot. So we move on to the next part of our session, which is the third part. Now, this is really very important. So all of you are here for a career success or a business success, be it a student, be it a person working in a job or a corporate, or somebody who is running a business or owning a business. The key things which is now becoming very important is soft skills. Okay, soft skills are very important and essential. Yes, Janvi, it definitely can be. Just go ahead and write that strength, and leading a research in ISRO is definitely can be a good opportunity for you. Definitely. So just go ahead and write it. It's a one fantastic thing, and I'm pretty sure you will achieve it, and you are achieving it. Great. So one of the key things, and this is applicable to all the people, irrespective of the age you are in or the field that you are in. Keep this as an important part, that across the industry, everything is getting automated in terms of your technical skills, where little manual intervention is there and maximum things get automated. It's just like, as an example I can give is like a washing machine, for an easy understanding, because earlier we used to our parents, our grandparents used to wash clothes with hands, and then they had to dry it out in the sun, and just things had to move ahead and further. But with the invention of the washing machine, that part got automated, so not a lot of your time goes in washing clothes. It's just like you take the clothes, dump it into the washing machine. It needs to just go ahead and take it and then do it. Yes, Kirti, I am sharing a presentation, and you just might have to see the settings of your Zoom things, so that you can see the presentation as well. If you're on mobile, then yes, it needs a particular adjustment. So what has been found out by the studies is, LinkedIn did this. So LinkedIn has provided this. So I am on a slide which talks about organizations are hiring for soft skills. And that's the slide that I am on currently. If you are feeling that it is frozen, then just check your connection. It is moving, so just you might have to check your connection or the settings of your uh, Zoom part of the things. Okay, so everybody is able to see. No need to rejoin. Let me just stop sharing and do the sharing again, because you guys don't have to go ahead and do the sharing. Let me just share the screen once again. So are you guys able to see the screen? Organizations are hiring soft skills. Okay, great. So thanks for letting me know, because I think that the sharing was just paused at a particular slide. Okay, so the last section of today is really important, and each one of you has to really think about it, irrespective of whether you are in a business or in a career. Everybody that they are looking for is on soft skills. And the example that I was giving of a technical skill was primarily because we all know in our day-to-day work, washing machine is something which has been an invention. So washing clothes has been automated at a greater extent, and a lot of your time has been saved. So that is kind of a hard skill which has been there. But similarly, in our day-to-day life, a lot of such skills are moving and are getting automated. I will just mute every participant out here. Sorry. Okay. So a lot of those things are getting, but it is equally opening up a lot of other opportunities from the areas that we are working on. And soft skills are no longer considered as a skills like just too good to have, but they are considered as most essential skills. Okay, and I'll talk about what we are talking in terms of soft skills. Okay, but whenever a recruiter is hiring a person for a job, or if you are a businessman or a businesswoman, then in that case, when you also hire certain people along with technical skills, you look at the certain soft skills in terms of their communication, in terms of their attitude, in terms of their learning ability. So these are certain things which are now becoming an important part for anybody to lead to a great career success, or lead to something where they would really want to do. So students who are here, please keep this in mind, because whatever field that you choose to go in, whether you want to start your own business or whether you want to get into a job or get into a freelancing, whatever it is, identifying your soft skills and working on them is really very important. Okay. And many a times things don't work perfectly if you are not having this particular skills. Now, when we talk in terms of the other career skills or soft skills, so if you see, as per the report which has been produced by Deloitte, it talks about that by 2030, almost 29 million people would be there across the world, where there would be an oversupply of a few such skills, like in terms of management, active listening, energy, utilities, decision making, manufacturing. There would be an oversupply, but there would also be a shortage in terms of the skills which I'm highlighting here. Okay. So there is going to be a shortage with regards to the coding, programming skills, so technical skills in terms of getting more in terms of coding. And as we progress, you would see taking care of others, teaching, verbal communications, research, strategy, marketing, PR, financial management, administration, sales, problem solving, and also the customer service. So these are these skills which will be seen in shortage at least by 2030, is the research done by the Deloitte company. And the colors that you see here, the green ones are more talking about that requires more of your logical mind, your head to work. And then the slight orangish color or pinkish color are the ones where it talks about your heart to be working. So if you see, the customer service has become the most important service, where your heart should be there to serve your customers, give more value adds, and that will become as a skill which will be almost in shortage in the next upcoming years. So why I wanted to share this also is because, as I said, the essential skills, the soft skills, are the most important part, and you guys will have to focus on this irrespective of whatever field you are in, because either as a business person you're going to look out for the skills, and similarly if you are a business person, and yesterday we had a couple of them who mentioned that you're not getting the clients, you're trying a lot but you're not getting the clients. So understand that your clients are also unconsciously, subconsciously looking out for these particular soft skills within you. It cannot be that, okay, I am a person who is providing the products to the client and the client needs to really adhere to what I'm saying. No. The market is such vast that if you are not providing the right services to them, they have somebody else to go ahead. So it is as good as if I have to go and buy something, and if a particular particular person is not giving me that services, I will eventually shift to the other person. So I may, as a customer, may have options, but these are the key part of the thing. So if you agree with working on the soft skills, just type SS, so I know that you understand what I'm talking in terms of the soft skills required for each one of you to be successful in the career, in the business, or as a student you need to work upon. Students, this will really help you, because you now see that in the next upcoming 5 to 10 years, what are the skills which will be more in demand, and these are the skills which will be in demand irrespective of your environmental situations or things. Okay, so that's fantastic. Okay, yes, so Atul, the green and orange color. So the green color skills are the ones where you really need your head to be working. Like for example, analysis. engineering, strategy. So while you're working on these kind of things, you need your brain, you need more of logical things to happen. Whereas if you're working in teaching, you're working in sales, or if you're into a leadership or customer service, you need more of your heart element. You need to be more emotion aspects to be there. Yes, Janvi. So the screen that I'm talking about, if you look at the right side, the shortage, those are the skills which we all need to focus on, because these are certain things which will be more in demand. So when you look at from your career perspective, you need to focus on enhancing the skills, whether you're in business, whether in your career, or whether you are in a job. So Atul, if you are in construction and interior business, then in that case, the key things which are required for you is to focus on the customer service part of things for sure, and bring in that emotional element of why people would really want to get the interiors done from you. Interiors are done so that people feel more comfortable while they're at home. And you need to bring that emotional aspect so that they get connected with your way of things that you're selling them, or whatever you're explaining them in terms of your interiors. And once they feel that connection, you will start getting more customers for sure. Great. So fantastic. So you guys have understood the soft skills part. And why I wanted to spend a little more time is because the activity that you will have to do is to identify the skills that you need to work on. So out of that big list, there are these few top 10. So a future workforce is a study which has been provided by University of Phoenix, and they researched on what are those top soft skills which people are going to need in the future. Okay. And if you see, sense making is the most important aspect of things. Okay. So it's very much said that common sense is not common, but that is what will be something which will be required more, and people are going to look out for those kind of things. So adaptive thinking, social intelligence, new media, computational thinking, cognitive load management, design mindset, virtual collaboration. So these are certain top soft skills which would be applicable in almost all the industries. So I will send you the screenshot of this slide as well as this particular slide, because as an activity, I would want you to identify, based on your goals, what do you think you're able to connect with? Okay. So this will give you a picture of how things will progress in the future part of things. Good. So here we are on to our day 2 activity. Okay. So if you have not completed the day 1 activity, please go ahead and write on the Facebook group about the day 1 activities. And for the day 2 activity, I will create the post and you guys will have to go ahead and comment against it. The key thing that you have to do is what are the activities that you really love doing and what is that you don't like, what is your loath list. Identifying what are your 3 strengths and how will you go ahead and boost it in terms of the opportunities, in terms of new ideas, implementation, be it about yourself or be it about the business. You just have to go ahead and write about it. And what are those 3 essential soft skills that you feel will get connected with your work? Okay. So if you're students, then you need to figure out what you think are the essential skills required. Soft skills required for you to work from your student and a career perspective. If you're into a job looking for a shift in a career change or moving to the next level, then what are those 3 skills that you feel will help you? If you're into business, then what are those 3 things? And if you are a housewife and you're looking for growing further, then what is that required? Because as I said, even if you're a housewife or a house husband, homemaker, these skills will also help you to manage your activities within your home, because you have like diverse set of people. Even if it's just husband and wife at home, there are a lot of conflicts which happen. So to manage those conflicts, to get those things moving and supporting each other to grow in their career or in the work, you definitely need those skills. So if even if it's two people, you know, you would still need those skills. Even if there are more than 4-5 people, you still would need these skills. So this is the day 2 activity for all of you to be done. So any questions? And if you all are clear with this day 2 activity, just type CA, so I know that you're clear with the activity. Just go ahead and type CA. Great, I just... Okay, good. So fantastic. So all of you are able to get through and understand the key things. Good. So then in that case, we are done with our session for today. And tomorrow we are going to learn the most important part is in terms of understanding. Yes, Atul, I will upload the recording as well. So you can just go ahead and take the recording. Let me just conclude it and I will be online so that you can take the screenshots. Yeah. So the key thing that I'm talking about is tomorrow we are going to talk about the most important part is about your social media presence, online presence from a career success perspective or a business perspective. Second is understanding what your mindset and body language should be while you are looking forward for your career success. And the third is what is the next action, things that you really need to work upon to take this 3 days of things to your success. Kirti, in recording, yes, whatever I have showcased for today will definitely be there. So recording talks about the day 2 slides for sure. Yes, Janvi, I will send you the link and I'll send you the instructions to join that so you can get the right account being added over there. Great. So thanks a lot, everybody, for today's session. And I'm happy to see a lot of you continuing. So come in for tomorrow's day 3 session because that's going to be the closure of how you need to take your skills to the next level and what are the next actions to be done. So any feedback, anything, just give it to me so I can implement it for our day 2 as well. So thanks a lot, everybody. See you tomorrow. And it's fantastic connecting with each one of you. I'm here online. Yes, Atul, if you want to just take the screenshots, I will quickly go to this. Let me know if you're able to see the screen and if you're able to take the screenshots. But any which ways I will, I can also send it across to you guys. Great, thanks, Kirti. Yes, I'm also looking for each one of you to take the action. So the information has now to be converted into actions. Great. Thank you, everybody. So see you tomorrow. And in case of any questions, you can reach out to me on the WhatsApp number or just post it on the Facebook group so I can answer it for you. Take care and have a good day. Good night.